Supercommunity, Flitzman here. Like this new setup? Cause I do. Now I'm gonna be looking at Jacksepticeye's newest video, Don't Make Eye Contact. And I made a video explaining Jacksepticeye, his evil alter ego, in a previous video, and that's gained a lot of traction since the release of this video. Now this video was formerly named Argentum Inanus, which translates to empty silver in Latin. So, I'm going to break down how this could work into the theory that I've already made, which if you don't know, basically, the original Jacksepticeye offed himself, came back as the demon Jacksepticeye, and has been killing off different replacements for himself, because he did not like what the company that bought him out was doing with his content. So, we're going to break down this video. Let's begin. Now, it starts off with just blackness, and then we see a book next to an orb. Now, I think this orb is a shaped version of the empty silver, which I'm going to be calling it instead of the Latin version because it's so much easier. So, let's continue. We see different shots of it, and we see somebody flipping through it, reading about it. We see ads, which we don't want. And after they turn the page, we see more scrawlings talking about it. We see it in its natural form, I think. It's a chunk of empty silver, and it says to use it with caution. And there are 3 rules that the description gives us that you're supposed to follow when using empty silver. Use it with caution. When you use it, contact the AIMC. AI stands for Argentum Inanus, and MC, I don't know what it stands for, and don't make eye contact. Now I think empty silver is how Jacksepticeye is trapping the souls. He's found a loophole to Schneepelstein's plan on stopping him, so now there's nothing that he can really do to stop him from collecting souls, including Schneepelstein's own soul, which I'll get into at the end of this. We see more shots of the page, and then he turns it. Now, at first, I thought there was some kind of cipher alphabet, but then, here's a table of elements, and here's this. They look identical, so since silver is an element, we can assume that this is a table of empty elements. Like there's an empty oxygen and an empty iron. Continuing, you know what? I didn't notice this, but we can actually see names of what the elements could be on the bottom. And I'm guessing translated through Latin, we can figure out what those are. I'm not going to do it. One of you can, and then upload it to the internet. Share it with me, I don't know. Let's continue. He flips through the pages, he sees the element book, and then we see the orb again. Every time the orb is on screen, it flickers or melts, and it's on old film, which evokes Jameson Jackson, who I theorized of being a puppet made by Jacksepticeye after killing the first replacement. And then, whoever this is, and you might assume that it's Marvin. I'm not so sure, and I'll tell you why later. I think it's either Jackaboy Man or my more confident guess, Chase. Let's continue. Touches it, we see a few shots of what Jacksepticeye has done. We see another shot of the empty silver. Now, we get this shot from Chase, and it's not just Chase himself in a void, which we'll see later. It's the shot from Chase where we can see Jacksepticeye himself in the back seat, just without any special effects. It's just an eerie shot of something not right. Continuing, we see a shot of Jacksepticeye and a shot of Marvin. Now, I don't think that this is the same day. I think this is a separate occasion where Marvin used the empty silver. he's holding what appears to be empty silver. My theory is Marvin went into a depression and went out to see actual magic because he thought that magic wasn't real. And I think what happened was Jacksepticeye made it so Marvin thinks that there's actual magic in it, when actually he's just taking over his soul. Continuing, because I am running out of OneDrive space. On pause. Okay. We see the shot of Schneepelstein trying to power down Jacksepticeye. We see what appears to be a silhouette of Jackboy Man, which is why I don't think it's Jackboy Man touching the orb. I think he's trapped inside of the orb with the other sides. We see this shot of Marvin, and I think that Marvin tried to use empty silver, but then ended up getting stuck inside of it. And then we see another shot of the orb, and we see, I think this is Auntie who took over Marvin's body, making him jump off of a balcony, because that appears to be a balcony fence. And then the guy takes his hand off of it. Fast forwarding, we see this vortex, and I didn't mention this in my Jacksepticeye Explained video, but I think now that if you look straight at this vortex, Jacksepticeye takes you over, kills you, and traps you in the empty silver. He failed to kill Chase, who I think this is, and I don't think that Chase is looking at it. I think Chase is gonna live, and he probably managed to kill Schneepelstein because we saw that Schneepelstein looked into this thing. I think that's as far into that theory as I can go. So, I'm running out of OneDrive space. I gotta close this out. Blast that like button down below and subscribe so you don't miss another video. When you click subscribe, click the bell to the side. That way you can be notified. And until next time, it's time for me to fly off into the sky. See ya!